Is this me? I can't tell.
I have a review for you on this fucking Thanksgiving Day. Yes, I'm talking about the new album from Obliviscaris entitled Citadel. This album came out earlier in November, so yes, I am a couple weeks late. But, sorry. I'm just, man, life's busy anymore. But I'm finally getting around to this because I felt the need to, actually do this review because this is a band that needs more attention. They're a six-piece band from Melbourne, Australia, and they came out in 2012 with their debut, The Portal of I, and that album is a damn near masterpiece in my eyes. When it came out, I didn't really listen to this band. I heard of them. I was just like, whatever. I'm not going to listen to it. But a couple months ago, I finally sat down, like, I'm gonna fucking listen to this band, and I was just blown away. And I'd say over the past few months, this is one of my most listened to bands. I've absolutely fallen in love with this band, and when I heard they're putting out a new record, I immediately got excited. And I have to say, I believe this album is better than The Portal of I, in my opinion. The Portal of I is just, this band is such a breath of fresh air for heavy metal, in that they just have such a unique style. They kind of combine some melodic death metal and a little bit of black metal and all sorts of styles, and they put their own twist on it. Their music is so finely crafted, and then they add the violin on top of that. That just gives it a whole nother layer and a whole nother layer of flair. And so I just think this band has an incredibly unique sound that no one in metal even comes close to capturing. So this album I do feel is better because The Portal of I thought towards the end it just started to get a little bit blended, just a hair. Whereas I don't feel that with this album. There is a ton of variety on this record, and there's really only about 3 full songs. And the first one, let me pull it up here. The first one, Painters of the Tempest Part 2, Triptychs Louvre, I don't know how to say that. It is about 16 and a half minutes long. But I tell you what, they're the fastest 16 minutes of your life, to be honest with you. With this album, you can't simply just put it on and listen to one song. You have to put it on and listen to the whole fucking thing because it demands your attention. It really just sucks you in to the experience. And the thing that I love about this album and just this band is I just feel like their albums just paint these pictures, and they tell such a really amazing story, and it's just so cool. The music just flows so unbelievably naturally. It's incredible. I feel like they sit down and they actually like tab out the notes and everything. It's so perfectly well made. When it comes to this style of metal or this band, maybe they're not your cup of tea. Maybe they're too progressive for you. But you cannot sit there and deny that this band's talent is completely off the charts. To me, I really enjoyed this first full song. It takes you on so many journeys throughout the whole thing. One thing that I think this band does well, and they do it perfectly on this album, is their transitions. They transition from the heaviest, most aggressive shit to, the most calming, soothing, almost putting you to sleep type of stuff because it's so gorgeous. They just transition perfectly, and in this song, they do it multiple times, and they do it flawlessly, in my opinion. And I feel that's a huge thing because if the transitions weren't right from part to part, to me, you know, it wouldn't be the best. And they don't do those like weird fucking proggy transitions where they're just randomly playing a bunch of fucking shit. You know, they transition perfectly in my eyes, you know. It's really good. In the vocal department, this band is extremely good. What's his name? Tim Charles, I believe his name is. Let me just get that correct for you all. Yes, Tim Charles, the clean vocalist. I really dig his clean vocals. I think they're fantastic, and they're used a lot more on here. I mean, I love them in every single track. The Painters of the Tempest Part 2, Fearic, I believe that's how you say that. Could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry. And the last one, Devour Me, Colossus. Just absolutely phenomenal. Very catchy. It's a very good pitch and control over his voice, and it's awesome. The range is ridiculous from hitting these really high notes and just beautifulness throughout. In Devour Me, Colossus, towards the end, when the notes are kind of more drug out and held a little bit more, it gets stuck in my head all the time. So I think in the vocal department, it's a huge step up for these guys. The harsh vocals, Mark Campbell, absolutely fantastic job. When everything busts in Fearic, or however you say that, I cannot describe how I feel with that. Like, you know, it kicks in. There's this riff that is so heavy and so just destructive, and you're just sitting there, you're air guitaring to it, and the blast beats behind it. It's just like, yes, I want to destroy something, and then his vocals come in. You're just like, I'm done. This shit is so good, man. It's so perfect. I don't know how else to put it, man. I almost feel like words just harm this album more than it helps it, to be honest with you. It's something that you need to experience for yourself. And when I say experience it, I say seriously sit down and do nothing and just sit there and listen to this fucking album and this band in general. But yeah, I think the guitar department is absolutely phenomenal. Me being a guitar player, this shit is mind blowing to me. It just seems like every note is just so thought about and just perfectly put together. And it's great. The riffs on here slam. I think that one of the greatest things about this band and this album especially is just the variety in the music. I think all the more harsh parts, the heavier parts, the riffs are really good. And like I said, they range from various different styles of metal. And you know, the one in that one song that I can't say, the beginning of it is the catchiest fucking riff, and I absolutely love it. And then it transitions to a more melodic type riff, but it still sounds so dark. And a lot of these songs in this album just has this dark atmosphere to it. So in an atmosphere that I just feel that I haven't experienced and felt in such a long time. And it really just feels special. It feels awesome to listen to. And it's great, and I think the guitars really, really help that. When they go to the clean parts, they all feel they're very beautiful. There's a lot of melody on here. It's great. The soloing is through the roof. I mean, this band, like I said before, this band's talent is off the charts in my opinion, and they are like, they are the fucking brightest star in the metal universe in my opinion. They are just... The future is incredibly bright for this band. To just come out here and put out now 2 fucking, whatever you want to say, flawless albums. It's crazy to me. And even in the drum department, the drums are so fun to listen to, in my opinion. And the blasts sound awesome, and then, you know, the transitions to you know, slower beats and everything. That sounded stupid. But, whatever. The drums are fucking awesome on this album, too. Anyways, I'm running out of things to say just because I kind of should just shut the fuck up and you should just listen to this album. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to order this album really fucking soon because my store doesn't have it and I need it. I need it in my life, man. This music saved me. Saved my life. Anyways, I'm going to give this album... This is the first album all year. I think. I don't know. I forget. That I'm going to give a 10 out of 10. There's nothing wrong with this album at all. The only thing, and even the shorter, just 2-3 minute instrumental tracks are fucking phenomenal. And the violin playing adds so much to this album. And some of the notes you kind of cringe at, but they do that on purpose, and it's awesome. And I really enjoy it. I just love listening to the fucking violins on this album. They're used perfectly. They're not overused, in my opinion. But they really add to the atmosphere. Tim Charles is an awesome violin player. This band's amazing. You should listen to Citadel. You should listen to The Portal of I. You should love this band. If you're a fan of progressive metal, melodic death metal, black metal, I don't give a fuck. Metal. Listen to this album. 10 out of 10 to me. Seriously, might be a candidate for album of the year. Actually, it is a candidate for album of the year, in my opinion. I'd put it up there with, to me, it'll probably be between this record and Behemoth. Just saying. Anyways, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.